Miles west of downtown Phoenix at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. So this was the scene a moment ago. The Cardinals emerging from their tunnel, and we are ready for football as the Cards get set to match up with the Oakland Raiders. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis on hand. And, Charles, we've got two teams here certainly with something to prove after a disappointing 2017.
Let's be honest about it. Their playoff aspirations, they went splat, didn't they? They've got to prove now to themselves and to their fans. Are they one of those teams that's ready to move back up, or are they one of those teams that really has to rebuild?
Here's the former Auburn kicker, Daniel Carlson, to get this one started. And we are underway from Glendale. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. We get a glance at Josh Rosen, the rookie quarterback from UCLA, drafted 10th overall. He'll be the man under center.
When you think of some of the most successful quarterbacks in Arizona Cardinals history, you think of guys like Carson Palmer, Kurt Warner, Jake Plummer. But none of them began their career with the Cardinals. They would like to have their own homegrown guy. Could Josh Rosen be that guy? They drafted him number 10 in 2018. They're looking forward to watching him develop.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, 4 down. All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
On 2nd down, Rosen. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Larry Fitzgerald was the intended target. And it's 3rd down. And here are the offensive starters for Arizona.
And running back David Johnson was awfully popular in fantasy drafts in 2017, coming off of a year where he had 20 touchdowns, but had just 11 carries last season before a wrist injury shelved him for the season. Look for him to bounce back in a huge way in 2018.
3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Garyon Conley. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Maybe he telegraphed it a little bit right there. You've got a quarterback knowing that he's going against a rookie quarterback. He stepped in and picked it.
You think he had a great week of preparation, looking forward to this opportunity? And the second part of that is, when you're a young quarterback, you are going to stare down targets, but oftentimes your playbook hasn't expanded to give you full field reads as well. Makes it a little bit tougher for him.
Charles, as the Raiders come back out here on offense, what do you make of what's going on right now out there? Is this a rebuild, or are they just looking to next year? Because obviously the playoffs this season, that's not happening.
Yeah, they're actually looking, I believe, 2 years down the road for their move to Las Vegas. And I think that it is a total rebuild now. Before we thought maybe some structural changes. No, this is a total rebuild. Amari Cooper goes to Dallas for a 1st-round pick. They let Bruce Irvin go. The defensive end outside linebacker just released him outright. But look at this. 2019-2020 drafts. The Raiders.
And it'll be intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off.
And, Brandon, this is a real nice job defensively of getting inside a quarterback's head and figuring out, okay, where's he going with the football? Because you can make an educated guess defensively. Not all the time, but sometimes. And when you're right, you've got a decent chance of coming away with the football.
The Arizona Cardinals, CD, just not having the year that they did a year ago. And not that last year was great or momentous, but they were 8-8 in 2017.
That seems pretty good
Yeah,
right now.
I mean, the first half this year, they were 2-6, and some underwhelming losses in there as well.
Yeah, how about them getting shut out at Los Angeles? How about that Thursday night game against Denver where it felt like every time they took a snap and tried to throw a pass, Von Miller sacked someone. That's what it felt like throughout that ball game. But I do think they have something to build on with Josh Rosen at quarterback, because they came from, 15 down to win their ball game against the San Francisco 49ers. Their 2 wins, both against the Niners. Maybe Josh Rosen can get things going in the second half of the year.
And is that what they look for the rest of the season? If you get Josh Rosen ready for 2019, maybe it's a success?
I think so, because at 2-6 right now, you have to find your successes in other ways than trying to win ball games and win divisions.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23.
Now let's go.
On 2nd down, Johnson. He spins free, and he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
All right, here we go.
From the gun, it's Rosen, and that is incomplete.
You absolutely have to have this early on, right? 3rd and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on 3rd and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. This is Harris. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. And now here come the Raiders. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Jared Cook, the tight end, was the target. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. First carry for Doug Martin, the 2-time Pro Bowler in Tampa. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. It's the Pro Bowler Chandler Jones who makes the tackle.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An extra DB added here for the Cards on 3rd.
Blitzer play coverage.
From the gun, it's Carr. And he's got some space here. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland 1st down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Martin. And he'll take this forward for 2, maybe 3. But we do have a flag down, and they're already marching backward.
Holding, offense.
So he was holding from that left tackle position.
Everyone tries to keep their hands inside when they're blocking ever since they liberalized the rules where you can extend them out. But sometimes they get out a little wide, and they get detected grabbing some cloth.
They go play action here on 1st down. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Marcus Golden. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9. In a play like that, with how far he had to go to make that sack, shows how athletic defensive ends have become in the NFL.
And not just athletic. This is coached in a big way. Run to the football at all times. How about him never giving up on it and pursuing all the way across the field?
Well, this one from about 2 counties over after the sack. They come up on a 2nd and very long. They give to Martin. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Robert Kimdichie, the one to bring him down.
Early down stuff's to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Here's Carr. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. He's picked off at his own 47. So he actually goes back about 9 yards on the return, but the interception is clean, and they have the pigskin, and they take over.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Cardinal offense here ready to take over. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Green 39! Green 39!
Johnson on the counter, and he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Came out in a power set, but that only served to put more men in the box, and guess what? If you're going to do that, you've got to win up front, right? Your offensive guys have got to beat the defenders. They lost all leverage on that play.
So a 3rd and 9 and 6 defensive backs out there in the dime.
Patrolling the passing lanes.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And this is going to be incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
Here's Andy Lee now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin him back. The Raider offense now making their way toward the huddle. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 20. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is caught by Martavis Bryant. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. And off comes to Martin. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. The Cards get to him here. He's brought down for a sack. Marcus Golden in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
The Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Chandler Jones, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks are going to bring up a 4th down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Christian Kirk deep to return it. Taken in at the 22. It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old-school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Set! 3-19! 3-19!
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. They'll give him 8 on the play, and it's a 2nd down. So finally completes his first pass. Credit the defense, though. They've been showing him some different looks, keeping him off balance.
Yeah, I like the observation that you had there because when you give him different looks and give any quarterback different looks, it takes just a little bit longer to process sometimes, and you don't throw the ball with the same confidence. You're not sure that that's where you should go with the football, and that's worked for the defense early in this game, and now he's got his first completion. Let's see if his confidence comes back, and he starts to get into a nice little groove.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
The Cardinals on third down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 2.
Set! Green, 39! Green!
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he'll get this only up to about the 35. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Here's Andy Lee now as he's on to punt for Arizona. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And now Derek Carr, he is the focus of our player spotlight. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Here's Martin as they begin on the ground. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. Give the tackle to Hassan Reddick.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. On 2nd down, Martin. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. Call it a gain of 4 there, so it sets up a big play here. 3rd and a yard.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
On play action, it's Carr. It's caught. Nelson. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. Nelson's first catch. Good for a 1st down.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
They run. Martin. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd down, here's Carr. Bryant with a catch right side. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
2 first downs have them up to the 41 now for 1st and 10. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. And this one complete to Seth Roberts. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. They've got another 1st down. The Raider passing game clicking on all cylinders right now.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Back to the ground, Martin. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by that defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. Now, prior to the snap, we hit all zeros as time has run out on the 1st quarter of play. 0-0 our score. Back to Glendale after this timeout.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Ready to go now in the 2nd quarter. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. It's the Raiders in possession of the football. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Now Carr. And it's hauled in by Jared Cook. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
Sometimes the most effective routes are the ones that you run in the backyard. You probably ran them when you were 5 years old. How about a little curl there against zone? But the key to it is finding the open spots in the zone. How a linebacker or a defensive back will widen to give you space. Find that area and let your quarterback hit you.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. And he finds Cook. And he gets the 1st down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. A Raiders 1st down. Carr hooking up with Cook. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10, and he's hit on all 5 of his pass attempts on this drive so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Back to the ground. This time it's Martin. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. So that one will get him halfway to the 1st down marker. 7 yards makes it 3rd and 7 now.
But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a 2nd and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to 3rd and manageable with that run.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Shotgun now for Carr. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. A 3rd down, he tried to stay in bounds, did all he could. He caught it, but was led a little bit too far.
Yeah, and that's always difficult, isn't it? Because you know half of your body is trying to stay behind while the other half is reaching out, trying to catch the football. The top half worked. It was the bottom half that was in question.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the Raiders jump out to a 3-0 advantage. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is T.J. Logan to return it. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Getting set to go again, we get a peek at Larry Fitzgerald as he heads back out there now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe you go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get in the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. They begin the drive with Johnson. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Here we go. Green, 39. Green.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Johnson with a burst, a 1st down or more. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. 23 yards on the pickup there and a 1st.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. Now on the heels of that run by Johnson, here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39.
A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a 1st down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Hurry up, here we go. Green, 39. Green, 39.
Here's the rookie from Fordham. It's Chase Edmonds. And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Green.
Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
One thing rookies need to learn at this level, and quick: make a cut, be decisive, and go. Because in college, you could dance around and wait for a hole to open because you're probably a better athlete than most of the guys on the field, but not on the NFL level.
Set. 3-19. 3-19.
And they'll throw it with Rosen. This one complete to Christian Kirk. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for 3rd down.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Set. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years: winning on 3rd down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now here's a whistle as flags come in.
3-19.
And we'll check out the call.
False start. Offense.
They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's
Still 1st
supposed to
down.
help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go now. Blue 90.
To throw is Rosen. This is caught. And he'll take this one in for the Arizona touchdown. J.J. Nelson, 32 yards. And the Cardinals are in for 6. So it goes for a rookie quarterback. He had the INT earlier in this 1st half, but he bounces back with a touchdown pass.
And you have to like the mental acumen, the toughness, the fortitude of him, because oftentimes for a rookie, you throw an interception early, you're taken right out of the game, or mentally you check out a little bit. Give him a lot of credit for bouncing back.
Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Dawson able to connect on the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. So that drive in total 8 plays, and the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Here's Dawson now to kick this one away. The return man here, Dwayne Harris. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And our focus now moves to Jordy Nelson. They've got to be thinking, how can we get him a little bit more involved here? Second quarter, you're down, and really, he's been out of the mix.
I would agree with that, and oftentimes you hear, well, we're just taking what the defense is giving us. But sometimes that's just not good enough. Sometimes you have to take what you want, and that means getting him the football.
Yeah, so far just a single catch in this game. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They start the drive with Martin. So a nice job to break the one tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out. And a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Still
not easy
down.
at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long. Now Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A really good pickup of 28 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Carr now on 1st down. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. Trying to get it there to Martavis Bryant. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, thinking ahead, Charles, quickly to Week 11, that game, Kansas City and L.A. down in Mexico City, that's going to be fun. But Philly and New Orleans, that's going to be a heck of a game.
It certainly is, because Philadelphia is the defending Super Bowl champs. But guess what? They're not seen as the equal of New Orleans in 2018. This could be a statement game for them. And how about the way the teams picked their uniforms for this one? Did you hear this story?
Yeah, a little golf competition between the head coaches.
Yeah, Doug Peterson, Sean Payton. I guess it was the 3rd hole of their golf match, and whoever won that hole got to pick the jerseys.
And Peterson won, so he will pick the uniforms for that contest.
How about that one?
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Carr. He finds Roberts, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Give them 35 yards there on the 3rd down conversion.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Into the red zone, it's Carr. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. 4 yards on the play, and that leads to the 1st and goal.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still first down.
That false start costly. Moves him back to the 9 now, 1st and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this from the 9 down to about the 7. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Carr to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his tight end, Cook, in the end zone. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, a 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Raiders are able to cash in for 6. And, Pointer, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And the lead is now 10-7. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it winds up in 6 points for the Raiders. Carlson now to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. There again is the running back as he trots it. Involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but the bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
Well, they haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10. And we've got movement by one of the big boys up front for Arizona. Flag comes in.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it,
first down.
you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. penalty. It's Johnson. And not much there at all. He's up only to about the 16-yard line. They get 1 yard back there to make it 2nd and 14.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
All right, here we go. Green 39. Green 39. Ah!
On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving them exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
All right, here we go. Boom!
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He gets it into the hands of Larry Fitzgerald. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And they're able to convert on 3rd with a solid gain of 23. So they went gutsy. Instead of getting some space with a conservative run, they throw the football at a big 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, that's just what I said, wasn't it? Didn't I say they were going to throw the ball?
Revisionist history.
Ah, that's right. But I took a shot.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. More from the desert after this. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Laundry on the field. This is going to be a false start on the offense.
Sometimes you have to slow things down a little bit when things get heated. The cadence has to be slow and deliberate at times to make sure your team's ready to go.
That's going to set them back 5 yards.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue line. Blue line.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And completes it to Kirk over the middle. He'll be dropped at the 30. So the shifty move got him a couple extra on the play. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. They want to go to the air again with Rosen. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. And now Derek Carr. He is the focus of our player spotlight. And maybe he's starting to wave the white flag a little bit. He's playing pretty well. But the pressure, it's got to him.
Has to find a way to step around it, step through it, or just handle it. Because, as you mentioned, he's having a pretty good day overall. Just the hits keep coming and taking those sacks. That's not the way that they want to finish a ball game with their quarterback on the ground so much.
He'd like to stay upright. When he's been upright, he's been pretty good. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be taken down here at about the 23-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Now Carr throwing on 2nd down. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And it's a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it going the other way. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them. Big tackle, knock the ball free. Anything you can do to slow them down.
David Johnson now gears up to help lead this offense back on the field. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down. You know, Charles, it is hard to believe that we are sitting on the doorstep of Thanksgiving week. Already that time of year, but it always gives us good football. One of the games on Thanksgiving, Chicago and Detroit, that'll get the party started at 12:30 Eastern.
One of the traditional games, Detroit hosting, Dallas hosting, but in this case, we will stay in the Motor City. And this is the longest-running annual series in the NFL. A lot of people think about Detroit and Green Bay or Chicago and Green Bay. It's Detroit and Chicago. They've met at least once a year since 1930, 178 times total. And they just met 2 weeks ago in Chicago and going to do it again.
And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd down and 12. And a 10th carry here for Martin. Now here's a timeout defensively coming from the Cardinals, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the second time. Fielded just inside the 20. A good return there, call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Josh Rosen and company getting set for their next possession. He's had a solid start to this game, but bottom line is they're losing, so he doesn't care about his stats. He just wants to right the ship on the scoreboard.
He wants to actually increase his stats because he feels like if he does, that means things will get better for his team, maybe get them back into the ball game or into the lead. In these situations, I remember playing with a quarterback once where he actually ran out onto the field first ahead of everyone else just to say, guys, let's go. Try and create that energy, create that spark.
Well, so far he has 1 touchdown, 1 interception. He'll be looking for that 2nd touchdown now. Here's Rosen to throw. That's going to be caught by Kirk. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining here in the 2nd quarter. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A really good pickup of 28 yards. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So even though it's 1st down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 45 yards away. And this one is going to just tuck into the bottom left corner as he gets it to go. And that will knock things up here late in the 1st half. Well, maybe a nice psychological boost there just to get back to even with that field goal as we head towards half.
Coaching 101 always says at halftime, play it like it's 0-0 on the scoreboard. Well, in this case, it's level, right? Same score each side. Just start over. Now you get the 2nd half to play.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line. Final play of the 1st half, barring a penalty, as they come up on 1st and 10. And we will likely not see another play here as they take the knee and head into the intermission all tied. So thanks to the late field goal, we are all tied up heading to intermission. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. But they are all even to this point. So to see if either side can pull away, let's get you right back out to Brandon and Charles for the start of the 2nd half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. Here's Harris to return it. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at the 31-yard line. The third quarter starts with a run by Martin. And now loose football. Fumble. Martin lost it. And this is recovered by the Cardinals. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
The Cardinals offense now ready to get their first opportunity here in the second half. Tie game, but they'll get excellent starting field position here to begin the second half.
And it's the starting field position that makes an offensive coordinator maybe bolder than normal. Maybe you want to take the big shot right now. Go for a big play and get their attention early, or even just run your offense because you feel good about where you are and a chance to move the ball downfield.
Yeah, maybe they go for the big play. Time to find out.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39.
Following a fumble recovery, it's Rosen. And his pass incomplete. Former Buckeye first-rounder Garyon Conley there to knock that away. Trying to get their tight end involved finally. That's the first time that they've looked his way. He's kind of been a forgotten man in this offensive scheme.
Yeah, didn't look his way at all in the first half. And I'll bet you the offensive coordinator made a note at the half and said, let's get him involved because he could be a big-time playmaker for us.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. Second and 10 now. It's Rosen. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down.
Here we go now. Green 30.
On 3rd down, Johnson. And he gets the first down yardage before he's brought down just outside the 10 at the 11. 7 yards there, good enough to move the sticks.
So it's pretty simple, partner. You pick up a turnover, set you up in excellent field position. The last thing you want to do is go 3 and out in this spot.
Yeah, they would have to settle for a field goal attempt, but now they keep those touchdown hopes alive. They stay on the ground on first with Johnson. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Big boys down there in the trenches and a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
The rush defense stout on first down. Here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, Rosen. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
The Cardinals on third down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 9.
Set. Blue line it.
From the gun, it's Rosen. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. And Dawson's kick is good. And they will take the lead at 13-10. And they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. Here's Harris to return it. And he'll be stopped just shy of the 25 with a penalty marker down. Here's the call.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Now a run with Martin. Oh, nice move. Room to run past midfield. And finally brought down at the 38. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
Now that's how you start to get back in the good graces of your head coach. Remember, he fumbled on the last possession. How about the faith they showed him, giving him the ball again, and he repaid him, picking up a first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They run again on 1st down. Martin looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. The tackle made there by Dayon Buchanan.
Perfectly designed blitz right there. They took that one from the grease board to the field because they were able to free up their linebacker to get into the backfield and spill the play.
The stop for no gain brings up 2nd and 10 from the 20. On 2nd down, here's Carr. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Roberts. And he gets it down to the 32. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
He wasn't the primary target, but I think it was almost like a check-down situation, wasn't it?
Yeah, hoping he can break some tackles, a big tight end, but he couldn't do it.
Yeah, get it to that big frame and hope he can scatter some bodies, unable to get it done.
So out comes a field goal team now for the second time here today. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. Carlson able to put this one through. And that's going to tie us at 13. So a good kick there to polish off the drive with 3 points.
Yeah, coaches always talk about finishing a drive with a kick. 2 of them give you points, either an extra point or, in this case, a field goal.
So all square here in this third quarter as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Let's talk a little football 101 here, because one of the keys to advancing the ball downfield, success on first down. Huge difference, as we know, between 2nd and 4 and 2nd and 8 and 9.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Here's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. And Gresham has it left side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a handoff. Johnson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
They go to Johnson again. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
The Cardinals on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This will be 3rd and 5.
Here we go now. Blue line. Blue line.
Now Rosen looking to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
I think the training and practice broke down on that play because he simply didn't run the route deep enough to get to the first down marker, despite what was a really nice catch and toe tap on the sideline.
Well, that's 3rd down 101. You got to go to the marker, know where it is. And Dawson's kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3. So that one is his 3rd of the game. Now, if you're wondering, that's only halfway to his career high, as he once had 6 field goals.
Brandon, but was 6? Let's hope we don't get that again, please. Okay, can we see a few touchdowns here and there?
That'd be nice. Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on the kickoff. Here's Harris to return it. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. Shotgun now for Carr. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. Let's see, as we look forward, get closer and closer to the postseason, what do you think if you had to pick the Super Bowl teams right now? Who would you take?
Let me start in the NFC. And I think that the Rams and New Orleans seem to have separated a little bit right now. They seem to be the prime 2 teams. But I'm looking in the NFC South. And the Carolina Panthers would scare the heck out of me if I were anyone in the NFC. Defense continues to get better. Cam Newton having his best season since his MVP year of 2015. Versatile weapons on offense now. I like the momentum that they've been building. On the AFC side, of course, you have to say New England until further notice, naturally. You have to say Kansas City. But I do think that Houston has really built something because of their defense especially. But bottom line for me, the Los Angeles Chargers are really starting to make a move with Phillip Rivers leading them.
Yeah, all the talk about the Chiefs, but the Chargers right there. He had their lone TD earlier. Now he's got a first down.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. Carr now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now a play fake. Carr. Smith catches left side. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now Martin, and an alley to run. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. Tackle made by Antoine Bethea.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Cook. And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What did the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
Carr now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Martin. He'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it. Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Again, it's Martin. Tackle made by Marcus Golden.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
Already a pair of 3rd down conversions for them on this drive, but right now they need 5 yards on this 3rd down try.
False start, offense.
So pin that one on the rookie right tackle.
Remember those days when the right side was simply the run-blocking side? Now you're dealing with some of the better pass rushers in the league. It'll make you a little jittery.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Carr going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. The Raiders try it on 4th down, but to no avail. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. And he'll have a tough time living that one down. It's one thing, Charles, to drop a pass. It's quite another to drop it on 4th down.
And so many teams work on that in terms of locking in on those key downs. You know, you and I both been to practices where we've seen, hey, 3rd down situation, big 3rd down alert, lock in here, 4th down play, make sure you focus just a little bit extra. It didn't pay off in that situation.
Green, 39! Green!
Now Rosen on 1st down. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
All right, here we go.
On play action, Rosen. He's going to sling this deep downfield. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
We do see this a lot from rookie quarterbacks, don't we? They kind of lock in on their intended target. A lot of times they establish that buddy, that guy they depend on. And, boy, defenses zero in on it, don't they?
A little bit too telegraphed that time, and that's why it's knocked away. The Cardinals on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 4.
Hurry up, here we go. Boom,
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. It's caught, Nelson. And he will have the first down as he gets this to the 47. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively, a backbreaker. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. Now Rosen to throw on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
It is tough to complete passes against zone defenses. The windows that you see open, they shrink pretty rapidly. How about being able to hit a moving target against a zone before the next guy can get there and make a play on the ball?
Not easy for any quarterback, no matter the situation. And there, the defense won the battle. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Rosen will throw. And he's got Gresham. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Here's a 20th carry for Johnson. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Ninth play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Now let's go. 3.
Now it's Rosen. And Gresham, the tight end, brings it in. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And Dawson's kick is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. Now after the made field goal, here's Dawson back out now to send this one away on to kickoff. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3, and that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Throwing now is Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock the Albert away and bring up 2nd down.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Carr again here on 2nd and 10. Over the middle, complete. It's Cook. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. From the gun, Carr. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. 1st down, Raiders. The former Packer Jordy Nelson on the receiving end from Carr.
But we're used to seeing the guy that you consider the #1 receiver double covered. But how about this guy? He's double covered and finds a way to make the play for a 1st down.
That's how you increase your Madden rating, right?
No doubt about that at all. And you know something? I think we'll hear about that from him soon.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on 1st down is Carr. His throw incomplete. He was looking to get it to LaFell there, and it's 2nd down. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Now,
Throwing again. Carr. Roberts with it over the middle. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a first down. So there on that play, offensively, they ran the crossing route. Defense was in zone coverage. So as a former DB, how tough is it to defend that?
It's really difficult because your natural inclination is to chase the receiver and maybe leave your zone. So you have to have discipline in order to talk to your other coverage guys and let him know that that receiver's crossing from your zone to the next zone. He's coming your way. Make sure you have him. And then when the ball is actually thrown, secure the tackle. When they're moving on crossing routes, if you miss a tackle, it usually results in a big play.
Carr now on first down. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. On first down, Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The free safety, Trey Boston, there to knock it away.
There are a good number of coaches that any time they call an in route are really worried about the play because there's so much traffic ordinarily that the ball has to get through to get to the receiver. And on that play, it was batted down.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. To throw again, Carr. And he's got room. Oh, no, he lost the football. And this is recovered by the Cardinals.
When I see a play like that, I come back to risk-reward. I don't know about you, but is it worth it at that point, whatever you're going to pick up, to either take the hit, and in this case, lose the football?
So should have gone down. I mean, hindsight's always 20/20, but that's the safe play.
You're exactly right. Hindsight's really never wrong, is it? Because you can analyze it, but I think ultimately you got to look at it as a first option, taking care of the ball, getting what you can, and that's it. Don't worry about it anymore.
Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
On the ground, this is Johnson. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12. It was Maurice Hurst who got him down.
Well, Brandon Pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And the Raiders call on a nickel set for 3rd down.
Here we go now.
Now Rosen. And Gresham's got it over the middle. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
On first down, it's Rosen toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps to have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Now let's go. Green, 39.
On 3rd down, that's Johnson. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to make it 4th down.
Well, partner, I guess sometimes it's just a matter of philosophy. Some say run it until they absolutely stop you, and others say, well, when you think they're about to stop you, fool them a little bit. I guess they should have tried to fool them on that play.
Here's Andy Lee now. He's been terrific so far, and he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It's a 4-yard return following a punt of 49. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? On 1st and 10, here's Carr. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And down he'll go at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4. And that'll make this a 2nd down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And his throw is incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Nelson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
now on first down. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Get down, get down. You ready?
Now Carr again. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Monday, down. Ready?
Throwing again. Carr. And Cook has it, left side. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Now Carr, got to have this one. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Cardinal defense is going to get the football back. So they've gone for it twice now on 4th down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a 3rd situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10.
Here we go. 3-19.
And they'll start the drive on the ground with Johnson. And he's going to bull his way forward to the 48. And whistles, and we're going to have another stoppage of play as they call the timeout on defense with 1:53 left. Again, it's Johnson. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. Now the Raiders are going to use another timeout here. as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Now it's Rosen. And able to find Kirk complete. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. So the defense had a chance to catch their breath, and now they're back out and ready. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Set, 3-19.
Here's Johnson. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. In on the stop, it's Tahir Whitehead. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. Doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
Down to a knee. Here's the Cardinals look to let the clock roll. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. From the left hash, this from 46. And, Charles, I think when the schedule comes out, all teams, no matter where they're predicted to finish, talk about protecting your home turf. They were able to do that here in this one.
Similar to a tennis match, right? Not letting them break your serve. That way you hold on to it. They got it done, and they feel very good about that victory.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cardinals as we say so long from Glendale.